Hey everybody, Jyll Hoyrup here, psychic healer, just doing a quick check-in with you to see how you're doing. What I thought we would do is find out what you are needing help with right now. I didn't put my piece of paper nearby, so I'll have to grab that. But what I want to do is get some, so if you're missing this live, then put in the comments, please, what's going on with you. Like, for example, my girlfriend keeps talking to me about how she's going stir crazy because she's an extrovert and her husband and kids are introverts. So, like, she is really struggling. So, I'm thinking to myself, well, why don't I do a healing, a session of some sort for, Robin, I'm talking about you, for extroverts, right? I don't know what that would look like, but there's no reason why we couldn't do it. Hey, Robin, while you're on, I gotta change. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys. I wanted to show you because I can't believe it's snowing here. Hold on. Oh, geez, it's starting to stop. Is it snowing where you're at, Robin? There's my snow. I'm like a kid at Christmas, all excited. It's not sticking, of course. So I went from blue sky and sun and 85 degrees to this. It's 30 something degrees. Gosh, so lame. Now you can't see it. You missed that. I missed the window. No snow there. Okay. Anyway. Oops. Let's see if I can't get back to you. So anyway, that's my plan. Maybe I'm on too late for everybody. Hold on. Let me grab my paper. So I guess I could brainstorm a few for us. I'm still in isolation. I'm still in lockdown. Okay, so I'm gonna brainstorm what I'm feeling like we'll do, and you can tell me what you want to do too. So the first one is the extrovert. I think that one will actually be fun to do because Robin, I see that as like an activation of sorts. And what's coming through now is like we could give you guys a little switch. So when you're feeling like you need that energy, you can just turn on the switch, right? Just flip it up. So I want to know, I would like a report, please, on the clear and protect session, how that was working for all of you guys. I just received an email today from a list I'm on talking about kids and the sensitivity. So I would like to do one for kids. You could do the one I already did for kids, but maybe I would use different wording or something like that. So that could be one to do, right? Rebecca, yeah, you'll want to look at the clear and protect, but I think we should do like maybe even a weekly clearing is what I'm thinking. And I'm not talking about coming on here for an hour and like, well, I guess we don't have anything else to do, but these don't have to be long, right? So a clear and protect weekly and maybe just one for kids or just modify it for the kids, right? So what else are we dealing with here? Anxiety and or depression and or taking on the collective fear consciousness. You'll notice I'm not even saying the word because I'm calling it a world event because I don't want to give it any more energy. There's too much energy in it. I'm not saying we have to ignore it, but I'm saying that what you focus on expands, right? Classic Abraham Hicks law of attraction. So if we're always thinking about it, looking at our news feed and seeing things in it, that is not really helping, especially you. So I've noticed for me, I am doing the bare minimum on Facebook. I mean, people are like, hello, are you okay? Because I haven't been posting like personally or anything. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind you have to be in charge of what you let into your awareness. So I personally use a program on my computer called Facebook Purity, which I highly recommend. You can type in keywords and keep your news feed clean of things that you do not want to see, right? And I also use it as a sensitive empath, too much stimuli person for removing photos, removing colors and things like that. Like, you know, when you can use the colors in your posts. So no offense, but yes, Rebecca's saying she should stop watching the news. Exactly. Exactly. Don't watch the news, especially not the popular ones. And, you know, be smart, go directly to the source, maybe, and whatnot. Hi, Kristen. There's a message. Okay, let's do a love message. I know. Rebecca, I'm glad you got me live. So good to see you. It's been a long time. And you changed your name so on your Facebook. So I was like, who is this? Because I have a cousin, Rebecca, too. So I'm glad it's you. Okay. And it's funny because that cousin just called. All right. So what else is going on? So we're talking about the Clear and Protect is going to cover the anxiety and depression. Well, maybe let's do one for depression. I know. Now I know who you are. Now I know who you are. So what else is going on for you guys? I mean, I guess we could do one for boredom, but I don't really, well, we could just figure it out at the time. But so talk to me. What's happening? So I know, I think Rebecca, are you working from home? Oh, so here's another thing that's coming up is going to be, sorry, I'm shaky with my hand, is I don't know how yet to do it. I think I need to do like a mini class first, and then we can build on that based on where everybody is who comes to the class. But I really want to do a class on how to start your spiritual business now and get it started quickly and immediately, and same thing, and what you would need to do for that. So that will be a oh, Kristen, you're out there being a nurse. Thank you. Yeah. So starting the business, and Robin says fear of the unknown. So yeah, that's a big one too, Robin. Thank you for that one. That's seeing it, feeling into it a little bit. I think you guys know from last Sunday, if you were on the Zap It Up call, like I'm not really doing any, I'm kind of shying away, I guess I'll say, from doing any predictions about what's happening right now. My prediction as of last Sunday was isolation-ish until July, and then 20 months until this is over, or I don't know. I'm going to have to ask some more questions about what that meant about our world and our life. But I really feel like this world event it's shifting as we shift with it. I almost feel like the more, and I'm not like, oh, just accept it's happening, but the more there's an acceptance of it and keeping the rules of isolation and all that, I really feel like that is going to be key in recognizing that we cannot live life the way we used to for now. It's going to be for a time period, right, where we are doing things differently. And if you're on my newsletter, and I can repeat it now because I just happen to be in arm's distance of my channeling that I did, but they talked about when I channeled last week about this, and I better type this and make it a post. But anyway, the reason for all this that came through very, very briefly was this. It's changing the way we see things, do things, think about things, and go about our daily life. Forced downtime will help people realize the frivolous areas of their life and inspire them to be different and do different. A lot of things will be left by the wayside. Society is being restructured. So I still stand by that. And I'll do some more channeling to see what else, what else wants to come through about it. But I guess, Robin, when I feel into the fear of the unknown, you really don't know what your life is doing anyway. I know this is on a bigger, broader scale and spectrum for being worried about what is going to happen. But I also know well, at least for you, Robin, like you are very tight with your family and uh, all of that. So I don't know. But is that stemming from the anxiety piece or the brain piece? I guess that might go together. Let me read some comments. Lena's saying absolutely social distancing, washing your hands. I was going to, um, there's going to be some minor traveling and other people being visited. And I was like, you know what? No, that's not happening because I don't know where those people have been and those people they've been with or haven't been with. There's a domino effect going on. So, um, Robin says, I agree. Feel like 7-Eleven is going to be the date the peak is down and some normalcy will begin. Yeah. Because we have to sit tight and be isolated to get a handle on it, right? So the more that you're out and about, then the more chances there are to run across it. So definitely feel like there's something about July for that. Okay, so what else? What other things are coming up for anyone? Um, it's kind of funny, not funny, but the channeling as I just read it again. I always used to, so you guys know I'm a sensitive ambivert, half introvert, half extrovert, and empath and all that stuff. So I don't like a lot of noise or people, or I mean it depends. When I'm in the mood for it, it's fine. But I could never understand why friends were always so busy all the time. I don't know if you're one of those, or maybe you are one of those who is always busy. But I'm kind of laughing now, not really laughing, but they're forced. These people that are always on the go and always doing something and overextended. I mean, I can only imagine the blessing this is for them to recognize and realize, if I'm quoting my channeling, like the frivolousness of what all they're doing. For me, this isn't cutting into my lifestyle that much as far as, being mostly a stay-at-home type person. So, okay, Rebecca's very scared and anxious too. Okay, so that will be the next one then to talk about. Well, and Rebecca, really and Robin, I think for you too, you are tapping into, as empaths, the energy around you, the collective energy. So if you are living on your Facebook right now to keep in touch with people, you're picking up the collective energy in Facebook of the fear. So everybody kind of knows, maybe if not, I can't imagine this is anything new. You can see on Facebook that everybody's always just talking about the same thing. And I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about a meme that gets sent around and then you see 50 of your friends posting it, or a video of something. It's just, it's it's all the same. It's all the same topic. It's, politics, or the current world event, or somebody died, some celebrity died, or whatever. That's all you see. You guys know it. You've got your news feeds that you're looking at. So I should have planned this better so I don't have to hold my phone. Hey, this could work. No. Anyway, so just be mindful of that. I don't like that word, but just be conscious of it. Be conscious about what you are allowing into your mind and your energy field too. So, there's energy in, I'm getting all these emails from my, the programs I use in my business, and I'm getting all these newsletter emails talking about this. Everybody's talking about how they're going to help me and what they're doing for their community, which is great. But it's also keeping everybody in that energy, right? So the more we're seeing it, the more we're being kept in that energy. So I kind of have not forgotten, but like, I guess because I'm so used to, living alone or being alone, doing my own thing, working from home, that it's not, I don't know. I feel like there's adjustment. How about that? Adjustment. Adjustment to downtime or something. Hi, Estha. Are you here? See ya, Kristen. Thanks for joining in. So those are some of the plans for what we need to do. And I need to hear from you about specifically what's going on if you want to share that or a topic of some sort. So I'll just recap right now. So I'm going to repost. I don't know if I can tag you guys, Robin and Rebecca, but I'm going to repost the Clear and Protect that we did a couple weeks ago. And Estha, I hopped on because it was snowing here. I had to show everybody that I was snowing. All right, so I'm just brainstorming some future lives that we'll do, okay? So I want to do a live. Here's my list so far. Please add to the list. Hi, Callie. I want to do one for the extroverts, for those of you that are really struggling, being confined and being without people. Now, if you are an extrovert and you haven't yet had a Zoom video chat or Google Hangouts or whatever you do, I would hop on that with your friends and get everybody together so you can get all that noise going and get together and talk and catch up, right? So we're going to do a Clear and Protect again. We might do one of those weekly just to keep our energy clear. But kids, we need to do one for kids so you can share it with your kids, okay? There are a lot of sensitive kids out there that are taking on this collective fear and worry and everything. And they can't see they have like awful problems at 10 years old, right? Not being able to hang out with their friends and whatnot. Okay, we'll do one for depression. We're going to do one for starting a business, and that'll have a couple different classes within it once we figure out where everybody is at and how they want to go. What I'm seeing for that is some real one-on-one personal help. There's going to be one for the fear of the unknown. That's a big one. The fear of the unknown, and what I'm hearing is how to not live in that energy. And there's a scared and anxious feeling, which I think the Clear and Protect should help that. So again, Rebecca and Robin, I'm going to post that Clear and Protect. And then adjustment to, say, being isolated or being home or whatever. And I just lost my pen. Hey, LG, good to see you. It was snowing here. That's why I hopped on originally. Now it stopped. Okay. Kelly's a little of both. Yeah. So Rebecca, you're an ambivert too. It's right in between extrovert and introvert. I always say I'm an introvert, but I guess I say that because I don't know if everybody knows what an ambivert is. But I mean, you guys know me. Like when I'm ready to go out and dance, like I'm an extrovert, but I would say for the most part, I'm all about downtime and quiet time. And I don't know if it's an age thing or just getting more sensitive as I grow in my gifts and whatnot. But it's like, I am so annoyed with noise. Like everybody's walking around with their phone playing some kind of music or talking or video. The TV's in the waiting room or at the gates at the airport. I was going insane. It was, 3 o'clock in the morning. They don't need to be on. Anyway, so hard for you to stay home, Rebecca. Interesting. Well, you're getting that interaction from going to work, right? Are you still working, but working from home? Sunshine in Michigan. I'm coming to you and Bear. Wouldn't it be a great time? Well, I know it wouldn't really be, but I think a road trip right now, it would be awesome. All right, guys. So does anybody have any other ideas of topics that I have missed that we need to do? So the goal is to get these scheduled over the next week. And oh, Rebecca does ballroom dancing. Yes, you need to get your outlet. Okay, so throw on a YouTube and dance around your room or with your kids if they'll dance with you. That could be part of their thing. Kelly's going for rides and walks at least. Yeah. Yep. I'll be able to do more of that as soon as I'm out of isolation. Quarantine. I'm feeling good, so I don't foresee any problems or issues. All right, so if you're catching this after the fact, then well, let's go ahead and do a little something while I'm here. I wasn't planning on it, but I'm trying to see how I could do this. I guess I'll just stay put instead of why don't we do let's do a little unraveling, since the fear of the unknown was kind of a big one that came through. Let's do a little unraveling of that just to get it started. And then we can do an actual like full-blown one. So if you're just joining in, we're looking for topics of importance, things that are happening that we want to do, a live on, okay? So stay tuned for the events. I'll be setting up the time and dates for all those. And remember, we will do some of them at this time, probably in this little couple hour. What time is it right now? A couple hours before this and after this, and then morning time, and then we'll do a couple evening ones to catch anybody who needs them in the evening. Okay. So let's take a couple deep, sorry you guys, I really should, here. Let's see if this will work. Because I got to use my hands. There you go. All right. So, hydrate. Please hydrate. Check with your doctor if you need to. If you have a condition where you maybe shouldn't hydrate. Can you believe that people have to give that disclaimer? All right. Let's see how we can get the phone not toppling down. Okay. A couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, please. We are... Sorry. No, I'm all hot from doing this. Okay. We're doing fear of the unknown, okay? So logically, I could look at this and I could say, well, we don't ever know what's going on, right? Like if you're going to try to logicalize your way out of it, you don't ever know what's really going to happen. I mean, yes, you create your own reality. Yes, you are in charge of what you're thinking and feeling and the input you're taking in, what you're thinking about, what you're saying. All of those things are really important. So this isn't about really, yes, there's some reframing you can do with your thinking, but actually I really feel like it's a collective energy thing because, we don't know what the aftermath is going to be, right? We don't know what is going to be happening with our jobs, with our people that we care about, and the economy itself of our countries, the world, that kind of thing. Okay, so let me just tune in here a second and see if there's any brilliance that can come through to help us with this. Well, I'm immediately hearing the word calm, and I'm hearing, breathing. Like, focus on our breathing, and if we haven't been already, there's a real sense of, living in the now, staying in the now, and living in that moment. As the solar plexus is behaving very weird. Yeah. Okay, let's, I'm not really getting a big hit, but I do feel like that's not exactly yours. I feel like you're taking on things around you. No more snow, you guys. Okay. A couple more deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're connecting in with this fear of the unknown. So if you are having that fear, or that, if you're having that fear, that overwhelming feeling about it, then I want you to tap into that. And I want you to ask it to come forward to be released. So I'm going to have you work with that energy a little bit. So feel it. Robin, are you still on? So I want you to feel it and bring it up. And I don't want you to stay stuck in it. I want you to notice it and you're finding it. Okay. Does everybody have it? Let me know if you have it. I'm just checking in with everybody to see. Some of you, like, I mean, everybody has it to a little extent. So I'm getting a yes, everybody has connected to it. Do you feel like that? I'm not seeing any comments, so we're carrying on. So what we want to do, we're not only going to release this fear of the unknown, we are going to shift it inside of you. And that's going to happen personally, personalized for you. I'm not going to be actually going in and doing it, but they are, hi Nikki, they are going, guides, workers, helpers, angels are going to be going in and just checking here what's going on. Tell me how they're going to do it. I'd like to know. So I'm seeing this in some steps. So first we are recognizing our fear of the unknown and we are connecting with it. A lot of it, I'm getting 80% of it is collective energy, because everybody's thinking about it right now, right? So we're picking up what everyone is thinking about around us. So know that it's not all yours. So that let's do an experiment. So we're going to actually clear the I don't think we can. I was like, I wanted to clear just everyone else's to see what you were left with and how you were feeling, but they're like, that's not going to work. I wanted to play with that. So you could see the difference, right? Of how overwhelming or whatever the feeling is when you have everybody's stuff versus just your own little corner of it. But that's not going to work. So we're just clearing all of it. Darn it. Okay. So don't I mean, we were going to go back and clear yours, just so you know. We were going to go back and clear yours. Okay. Awesome. So you've got that. You're plugging into that fear of the unknown. And we're just asking all of that to come out of your energetic body, your etheric field, auric field, physical body, and your brain too. And include your brain. So one of the things to notice will be, are you in some kind of spiraled thinking? Are you in some kind of spiral about it when you get thinking about it? So Nikki, I know we talked about this on Sunday, huh? I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel like there's going to be any more flying. Have you gotten any of the latest on him? I'm getting a no to him being able to fly home anymore. Is he is he a U.S. citizen? I know you said he was in Peru. If he hasn't contacted, well, you're going to have to wait for that. If he is U.S., have him contact the embassy there. And if he's not on the step.gov, he needs to fill out I would have him fill out an account profile on that and let people know where he's stuck. And I know they were flying people out last minute out of Belize and Mexico. Mexico's airport is shutting down. A couple more terminals are shut down there. So shoot me a message if you want, and there's some other things we can talk about. Yeah, and I get it about wanting, to not be stuck in a foreign country. So, all right, let's go back to the, and Candace, hi. we're doing a healing and release process for the fear of the unknown, okay? Booking his flight from Oh, I thought he was stuck in Peru. Oh, so he's can't get out of Canada now? Okay. Well, it's good that he's at least in Canada, if you're saying he's in Canada. That's probably better than being in Peru. Okay, guys, let's get rid of this fear of the unknown. A couple deep breaths for me, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And on that exhale, you're seriously releasing the fear of the unknown. So your consciousness is tuning into the fear of the unknown, and you're not only like blowing it out of you, but there's a connection there where you are really choosing consciously to let it go, okay? So just be aware of that happening. Meanwhile, there's a lot of brain. So what the two things I'm sensing for this is the collective consciousness energy. Fear of the unknown is what we're dealing with right now. And then there's this whole other piece that's brain. It's everybody's brain is on overdrive thinking about what is going on. So your job is to limit your intake of propaganda, fear-mongering media about, hashtag, I just coined that phrase the other day, of this whole thing. So there's a difference between being informed about it and listening to everything about it, okay? So keep that in mind, figure out what that means for you. I put in place my own strategies that feel good to me, as a highly sensitive. So if that means not paying attention to any of it, maybe that's what you need to do for a little detox to start out with. I would encourage that. Okay. So Rebecca is afraid that me and my kids will not be okay. Well, if you're all self-isolating and you don't have symptoms, then that's great. Stay in isolation and stay without symptoms and take precautions when you go out. How does that feel? I know it sounded easy saying it. So there's a shift for you. What are you, so the other question to ask for everybody in a state of worry or whatnot, what is it getting you? What are you getting out of being afraid and worried? Now, there's a healthy level of awareness. I don't want to even call it fear, but I'm going to call it awareness. I'm going to call it, like with anything, right? Like my cousins didn't like me living in Playa del Carmen because they had heard awful stories of one of their friends' kids getting stalked and all this stuff. And I was like, what? Like, I don't even live in that world of energy. I don't even live in those kinds of thoughts. So I'm sitting there going, well, yeah, of course I'm going to be safe, taking a taxi home at night or out on the streets walking or whatever. But like, to me, it's not even in my awareness. So there's something. So to me, I can't think of really anywhere that I'd be worried to live. I mean, obviously I'm not, running off to communist countries or whatever, for example, but so what is that? If you find with anything that you're living more in the state of fear and worry, what are you getting out of that? And maybe we need to do some one-on-one work to like shift that, right? To shift wireless. Am I back? Sorry, you guys. The internet's apparently not the best. So, okay, good. So Rebecca's saying last time she was out was last Thursday. So, and the other thing too is if you don't have to go, like I don't ever have to go out, like really. There's enough food here and everything, so I can go on a walk and that's good enough for me. So maybe that's something that you implement, if possible, where you're at with your situation. But I mean, the only thing we can do when we go out is be careful, right? And take precautions for ourselves. And, you know, like with the people that wanted to come see me, I was just like, you know what? No, you're not coming to see me. It's not good. It's not a good idea. Okay, still in Peru. All right, sorry about that. So, depending on what his citizenship is, Nikki, I would have him contact his government and try to get himself out of Peru. United just did that. They called it a repartition, I think that's the word, flight out of Belize. I don't know. They're not going to let him in. I was going to say, oh, have him hop, skip, and jump up to Belize, but to get on the next flight, I think they're still asking for people. Who else wants to leave Belize? Contact us. They talked about putting themselves on the STEP program. So I would have him contact his government and see what the options are anymore at this point. Find out, is anyone, maybe there could be actually a way to through the airlines, if they're still flying, right? Oh, Nicole, you're on, yay. And I was muted, I know. Okay, good, now I see you. I don't know what you were replying to though. Am I still not seeing you again? That is a wild glitch. Good, Rebecca's not leaving the house anymore till this is completely over. So that means that you only have to deal with your spiral thinking, right? Your spiral brain. So let's go back in, because we're not done. So we're doing the release right now as we've been talking. So let's go in and actually do some brain reframing energetically. A couple of deep breaths for me, everyone, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, when you exhale, you can be releasing all this. So, for instance, Rebecca, since I've been talking to you about this, your part. So I'm facilitating the energetic piece. Your part of this is to govern and manage your thoughts. Okay, so that means when you are having some unuseful thought patterns about this, fear of the unknown, stress, anxiety, feeling like you won't be okay, stop it, reframe it, turn a corner, turn it into something positive, and go from there. And I'm actually getting, for you, Rebecca, that this is like, I've heard things from you along these lines before. So this is actually kind of a bigger pattern for you, potentially. So this could be a great time for you to really shift out of that pattern once and for all by getting conscious and taking a hold of it and literally, physically, mentally shifting it. Does that make sense? So if anyone else is in that same situation with other things in life, and then start asking yourself, what am I really getting out of this way of thinking? What is it really getting me? And Rebecca, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you've been worried about your kids before, like all the time worried about your kids. So this is a great time to shift that up and out and away. So like I said, the energetic piece and the release and the reframing energetically, and they're saying it's weird. So we do it all energetically, but it does shift it physically for you. But there's also the physical, there's your own physical awareness that you have to harness. Okay. So, sorry, fluff can't be a bug. Does that make sense? So there's some personal responsibility here, not much. So really all you have to do is get in the habit of doing it a different way. So you're going to notice that immediate negative thought, for example, or worry or anxiety about something, and then you reframe it right then and there. The moment you have that thought of, I hope we're all going to be okay. Are we all going to be okay? Oh, right? You're in that energy of it. Snap out of it. And your new, let's make a new mantra for you right now. Let's see. Well, I don't know if this is going to resonate with you, but you could say, I know you'll probably want to smack me. Good thing I'm way over here. You know, this, now I feel kind of dumb even saying it, but I'm going to say it because it is what came through. This is an exciting life, or exciting time in life. This, I'm going to keep a record. This is off the charts. Someone else was talking about, we need a journal about this. I'm like, I'm sure there's people, you know, blogging like crazy about all the facts of this thing. But they don't have your personal experience. So, okay, this is an exciting time of life. And when it's all over, we are going to have, like, then you put in the positives. We're going to have learned so much, or we are going to come out of this so much stronger, so much closer as a family, so much closer as a society and a people and a world. I don't know if you want to take it that far. I almost feel like for you, Rebecca, it needs to be something a lot more personal. So, I just keep hearing too, like, so this whole fear of the unknown, and I said it when I first started this, is like, nobody knows anytime anything. There's always, I mean, all of life is an unknown, right? I mean, yes, you navigate through, you make choices, you have experiences, you're in situations, you manage things, you revamp stuff, you change, you grow, but like you still don't always know what's going to happen, right? So I know this is a bigger situation than just going through daily life. Am I making any sense or connecting at all, resonating? I feel like I'm off the rails a little bit. Okay, good. I don't know what you're saying. Yes, you feel the same thing the other day. So Rebecca, for you, it's going to be we can work on this. So shoot me a message if you need help. But so what is something that would work for you? Something simple. Forget what I just said, although that would help somebody. So when you're worried, you know what you could say is, well, my kids have been alive for 15, 20 years, however old they are, and they're still fine and alive and breathing and healthy. So what am I really worried about? What am I really worried about? There's really nothing to worry about. So your new statement is, you know, we're all doing great and we're healthy and we're going to get through this together. Is that your new statement? There's no reason to worry. I feel like you need a different word than worry. You need a positive word from worry. And then let's see if one comes to me. Hydration break. Commercial break, everybody. I was so excited to see my cool little Fiji water at the airport. This is now tap water. Okay. Sound effects of the glug, glug, glug. Okay, so well, you get the idea. So let's carry on. But if anybody needs help with their statement, so like I've told you the story about roar, right? Like, so it just was like, roar, I'm going to go out dancing tonight, roar. Like it just became this mantra. And then it became even more after I was just, how it started was rock and roar. It was rock and roar. We're going to go out dancing, rock and roar. So a motto like that then grew and shifted into this whole other thing. Like, you guys are my roar stars. Like, there's a whole roar community of us, like, who are on our path of expression and authenticness and living our passionate life, you know, that we want to live, not a life, this is a whole other life, not a life of shoulds or, you know, beliefs growing up. So there's some kind of a motto you need. So, and if anybody needs a good book to read right now, perfect time. Power Words by Sandra Klingler or Klinger with a K. I have a picture, I can put it up, but that's a book that I've been talking about for a while. That book is so good. She talks about these power words and how we can create, it's kind of, remember when we've done the lives, the Zap It Up show, and we've done activation words, remember, like the jungle, when we could activate those howler monkeys and the jungle energy for like the 2 days, and we've done it with the Master 11 day, we've done it with the other days, like where we're activating that, where we're still able to pull that energy. That's what a power word is. A power word is an activator. And it's a way, like when I say roar, I know what I feel when I say it. And like, it's hard to actually try to articulate what it means because I just feel it and I just know what it means and what I'm doing with it. Bye, Nikki. Okay, keep me posted. Hi, Linda. So, if that makes sense. So for you, Rebecca, you need a word. You need something to snap you out of it. So, maybe that's, the word is health, or that seems so specific and only covers physical health maybe, but does that make sense? What's a word that means something to you that you can use to snap yourself out of the worry? So that would be my suggestion, to be thinking about what you want to be instilling in you as a new thought, as a new positive process, positive reframing, is how I'd go about it. Okay, so let's finish this up. Sorry, you guys, I always get babbling away. A couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feeling that fear and of the unknown as you exhale. So all that time I was babbling away, they were actually doing all the work on our brains, which is nice. See, I actually did a muscle test check-in when we were doing this, and I was trying to see my degree of like fear of the unknown, and I was getting nothing. So, but I also don't, well, like, I don't know how to say this nicely, but like I've never like gotten into all the hype necessarily. I'm not saying this is hype, but I guess there's part of me that's always like removed from society somehow. I'm on the outside on purpose with some of these things. Okay, so, all right, so Rebecca's going to find her word or phrase. Everyone else can find their word or phrase. The other thing about reframing is you don't have to necessarily believe it, because a lot of times for those of us coming from negative thinking or worrying thinking or anxiety thinking, that's all kind of that lower vibration, negative-ish stuff, anything positive feels weird, right? So it might feel weird, which is why you want to pick the one that feels the least weird, and the more you repeat it, the more it starts getting in your system, and the more you start believing it. Katie's not feeling the fear. Yeah, I'm glad there's, yeah, I'm not feeling the fear either. Hello, Debbie. I'm so glad to see you. Terry's loving my traveling backdrop. Right? I know. Imagine I actually remembered to pack my background. So is that helpful for the people that are struggling with the fear of the unknown and the worrying spiral thinking? I would like a little check-in, please. Katie's feeling calm and super creative. That is what we like to hear. Well, and you have a plan moving forward, right? Like I feel like you've gotten your ideas and you're running forward with them, so that's good. And that does always help to have a plan, to be doing things. Esther, you've been so quiet. Are you doing okay? I need to charge my phone soon, so I'm going to lose you guys. Debbie's been feeling anxious. So Debbie, after this video, watch for the Clear and Protect video that I did 2 weeks ago. I'm going to repost that for those of you who missed it. And we're going to do a little mini one of those every week to help us clear our energy and keep us on the up and up. And I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to do the next one kind of geared for kids. I don't know if this is your granddaughter or not, but for the kids that need it, right? So then we can share it for them. So it'll be a little bit more of an explanation, maybe some different language for the kids to understand. So that is the plan, so that kids can get help with this. Katie's plan isn't concrete yet, but I'm just going with the flow for now. Yes, and you guys all know I didn't have a plan, and that always felt weird to me, but this whole thing of like, okay, I'm living, day by day, month to month. There's something about being in the present moment, right? Living in the now and being present in the present moment. Essa says, I'm not feeling the fear in my brain, but the solar plexus, how can I detox it? What do you need? So I would breathe, do the in through the nose and out through the mouth breathing as you tune into your solar plexus. And when you breathe out, you are intentioning and telling anything that doesn't belong to be released. Anything that doesn't belong is stagnant, is unuseful, and breathe it out. And I'm hearing to do that for 20 minutes is what I'm hearing, is your energetic assignment prescription. Awesome. Terry's writing his book. Yeah. Okay, I'm hearing that our fear of the unknown process is complete. How is everybody feeling? Is anybody feeling different? Are you feeling less fearful of the future? Or what? Talk to me. Rebecca's feeling good, calm. Okay, good. This was my little impromptu it's snowing video, you guys. Okay, so if there's any last minute topics anybody has, let me know now in the comments. Otherwise, comment when you're watching this in the replay. Again, we're doing one for extroverts, poor babies. Clear and protect weekly. And the next one I do will be geared for kids, so we have that on the books. We're going to do one for depression. We're going to do a little class. This will be held not in a live like this. It'll be held in a group. We'll do a group, right, for that one, the Ignite Your Intuition group. Yeah, I like that idea, because then we can get ideas for where people are at with what they're doing. So if you wanted to start a business right now, we'll do that one in the Ignite group. And we just did the fear of the unknown, and we'll do another one of those. We scared and anxious, how that kind of fits in with that, but it's a little different. And then adjustment is another word that came to me. So if you have any others that are popping up in your awareness right now, let me know and I'll write them down. Otherwise, I will look for your comments in the future, near future, as you watch this. Okay, awesome, you guys. That's some good feedback. I appreciate it. Yes, Estha, do your assignment and let me know. I know you'll do your assignment. You're such a good egg. Okay, good. All right, so expect to see those events being posted today. And we'll just do them right here on the page, except for the Start Your Business. And let's see. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. I didn't know if I'd see anybody just hopping on like that. So keep sane and safe. Keep roaring. It's most important. So like I said last Sunday, like this is really the time to come out of the closet, so to speak, maybe even literally, with what you want to do in life. And where you want to take your life or go or do. I really feel like there will be a lot more living your roar from people, this living with passion and purpose and authenticity. So I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm going backwards in that, like being back in the US. Like, wait a minute, my whole gig was to get out of here, and that was my authentic life. So there's a lot of regrouping and revisiting on my end, which is fine because I'm actually really not worried about it. I'm just focusing on the now. So I think that's going to be a really big lesson that comes through right now for us. Now, haha, literally. All right, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to seeing you again soon. I'll definitely see you Sunday if we don't do a live later tonight or tomorrow. So I'll see you for Zap It Up, and keep roaring, you guys. Take care. Bye.